Welcome to another segment of the Buzz on Veterans. Today I have a very special guest, Air Force veteran Andy Pope, here with me to talk about his very unique business that's helping putting our soldiers who are facing traumatic brain injury, PTSD, and other traumatic episodes from the war zone back to work. Andy, thank you for joining us today on the Buzz on Veterans.
My pleasure, Jeff. I appreciate you having me here.
It's an honor, and it's not often that we get to interview businesses that are directly impacting the lives of our injured servicemen and women. What initiated the spark in you to want to do this?
I got a phone call from General Walter Reed a few years ago, and he insisted I come down to meet with him, some government agencies, and some soldiers and their families. So during that process, he had me come back about 5 or 6 times, and I met these soldiers severely injured in war, as you know what happens in combat. And they're like everybody else. They have dreams, they have hopes, they have families to support. And when I would sit there and they're saying, who's going to hire me? Who would hire me? My face is gone or my arms are gone. And they looked at me and they said, you're an inventor, why don't you do something? I said, and I started thinking about this, and I told the general, and he said, I want you to travel to these different bases. We want you to figure out where you need to do this, because we need you to set up a boilerplate or a sample for corporate America, a footprint per se, like, and how companies can initiate your same program. So that's what I did, and I decided to do this here in Jacksonville. And that being said, that because the support's here, the soldiers are here, and there's a lot that needs to be done, but I would like to do this here because it's a hotspot where companies can come in and look and see what's the right way to work with a population that's been overlooked. Absolutely.
With 150,000 veterans and 50,000 active duty service members, you're absolutely right. And it is impactful what you're doing. Me, myself, serving in Operation Iraqi Freedom and suffering from PTSD and a post-concussion syndrome. Thank you for what you're doing. We need more organizations like yours who are looking to put soldiers and sailors and Marines and airmen back to work who are going through these traumatic situations. In regards to how you look for the candidates you choose, do they reach out to you? How should someone with traumatic brain injury reach out to you to find employment?
Basically what we do is they can contact us through our website, which is www.industrialsoldier.com. They could call me directly, because I always have my phone on 24/7 at 724-600-4965, and I'm available 24/7. I get calls from soldiers just who want to talk. They just need someone to listen. Mm-hmm. And that's why it encouraged me to start part of our program. Will be counseling as well as hiring these soldiers directly for gainful employment. And so we're pretty excited about that aspect of it. And the beauty of it is, it works out the way we're planning. These soldiers won't have to pay for the counseling. That's going to be through us.
Yeah, and lastly, what can you say to the people of Jacksonville, Florida, and beyond about why they should consider hiring someone who suffered a wartime injury?
What I like to say is, a lot of these soldiers joined the military to give their families a better life and protect our countries. We have turned around this population that came back severely wounded from the making major sacrifice for us so we could do what we do every day, have that right to do this. Now, we're sitting back and seeing somebody who's severely wounded, amputee, burned, TBI, PTSD, as Jeff had mentioned. They can't find work. It's not that corporate America doesn't care. It's how do you deal with this population? And that's why we are developing this footprint here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm going to ask everyone out there, help us save some lives. Without you, it's not going to happen. So we need you to step up.
Phenomenal. Andy, thank you so much for joining us on the Buzz on Veterans.
My pleasure, Jeff.
Awesome. All right, brother. For another segment, I'm Jeff Shuford, your host. Make sure you go check out Andy Pope, Industrial Soldier, and reach out to him. Let any veterans you know who have suffered wartime injuries about this program so that they can get back to work. And any way you can consider helping them raise funds, volunteering, and helping out our injured combat service members through his organization, please do so. I'm Jeff Shuford, your host. We look forward to seeing you in the next segment.